We decided to go out to eat at Frozo's.
Oh, you know, it's okay. She's just playing videos, that's all.
That is a French dip with extra toppings. Handmade mozzarella cheese sticks, chips and salsa, French fries, and these are fajitas. And a really good cup of coffee.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Partridge in a pear tree. Well, today I managed to clean the fish tank for my fish. This is Affy. And she's happy. The problem is I forgot to buy a new fish filter, and I thought I had some extra fish filter, and I don't. So I get to drive 30 miles one way to the nearest pet store that carries the fish stuff that she needs. So, isn't she cute though? She's such a good little fish. And it's funny because all this stuff that I put in her tank, she will rearrange and move around. I can throw it all in there and she's going to do exactly what she wants to it. And in the next few days, this arrangement will look very different. So I don't know why I bother arranging it, because it never looks the same by the time she gets done with it.
And they're right here in the front.
What is she thinking? Holy crap! This is the Kenai River Flats in whiteout condition. And that scene behind us is a friend of mine that got stuck, and my husband is trying to get her out. I don't know what made her pull into that pull-off, but that is a little bit crazy. Oh, and snow is flying all over my camera. Alright, well, it's kind of not very bright out, so I'm sorry about the lighting, but I was told to stay in the truck and Austin and Mike don't want me out shoveling, so I'm just going to sit here and wait, and hopefully we can get our friend out. She's a lady that goes to our church, and I'm not sure why she pulled into that pullout. In the winter up here on the Kenai River Flats, using the pullouts, if they're plowed, it's not so bad, but when they're not plowed, it's really not a good thing to do. So, what's up?
Austin's hooked up to her from behind. He's going to try to pull her back so she can get a run out of there.
Oh, wow, I hope so.
But there's a berm on the other side.
All right.
Now I see it.
Can you get in there?
I think so. Easy peasy. That seems to be a problem now. Austin's truck can't get in them. That don't make no sense. Whoa! My windshield just shattered to hell.
From what?
I have no idea.
So I don't know how to explain it, but we were pulling into this pull-off, and suddenly the windshield right there just exploded, and you can see the bits of glass on the dash. And luckily I had blinked when I did, because those pieces came flying at my face. So I'm guessing that on my sweater and my scarf there is probably glass. But this is crazy. We have no idea, and it sounded like this tremendous popping sound, almost as if the windshield had been shot with something. But they're trying to get her out. She's really stuck and she's driving a little van. But I have no explanation for that. That is crazy. Well, today's been one heck of an adventure, I'll tell you that for nothing. My coat was sitting in my lap, and as you can see, there are bits. This is not snow. This is glass. These are tiny little bits of glass. It just exploded all over my coat. So wow. And all over the dash. There's a better view of the windshield. There's snow on the outside, but that, it just spidered the windshield. I left the house because our friend had called and said she got stuck, but we were planning on coming into town anyway. My husband drives this four-wheel drive truck. It rarely to never gets stuck. This is a very reliable truck. It's a little Ford Ranger, but it's got some, it looks like a normal Ford Ranger on the outside, but it's got some extra special stuff underneath. So we don't get stuck that often, but, or I don't think Mike's ever been stuck in this truck, but we were on our way to the pet store to get my fish a filter for her tank, but I'm thinking that I'm not going to get there in time to do that today, so I think she will be okay without her fishy filter for one day. Because I just changed it, the water's super clean, I think she'll be okay. But this is, I have no idea what made that windshield do what it just did, because nothing hit the glass that we can see. We were pulling to a stop in this parking area that normal people should not be pulling into. And just all of a sudden it just exploded, and I don't know. Insert shaking my head emoji here because I don't know. That weird. Definitely a 6.8 on my weird stuff-o-meter. They got her out, and that is her getting back on the road.
Her did not
Yay!
listen.
She made it! And they're off and running.
Really?
Snow everywhere. So this is the kind of filter that we use for Affy's tank. And it is ammonia reducing, and you can cut it to fit the size of the filter that you need, so it works really well. And it's not that expensive. There's folded in half and you get several uses out of it, and they're rinsable and reusable X number of times. It is the most empty I've seen this parking lot, so
Yeah.
I'll take the front row parking. This weather's terrible though. So we had to get out, move shopping carts so that Mike could park properly. Ooh, but I'll take the front row parking, especially in this weather. This is crazy. Nothing has been plowed. It's just all been driven over. Ready? All right. Woo, almost fell. So we came into the store, and I'm not sure what we were originally looking for. I think it was milk, but we ended up with chips and salsa and chicken strips and all kinds of crazy stuff. But that's okay. Oh, and you gotta have the Oreos. He requires Oreos. Because sometimes you just need a fancy glass of orange juice. What's the point of having pretty things around like stemware if you're not gonna use them? Okay, so here's what happened with the glass. Apparently I didn't see it happen because it happened so fast, but I was sitting in the truck and I was waiting for the guys, all three of them, to pull my friend out. And one of the tow cables, the tow straps that you pull people out of the the word is escaping me. Had a great big hook, and I mean this thing was massive, and it was meant to attach to the other vehicle. You wrap it around so that you can pull the vehicle out of the ditch, and just that bit alone, I can't remember what they called it, but it was basically the shape of a gigantic fishing hook with a latch on it, kind of like a overgrown D-ring. But that thing alone probably weighed a pound by itself. It was made of solid steel. Well, the rope or tow strap that it was connected to must have had a weakness in it. So when they went to pull her out, it broke literally in half, and it came flying back at our vehicle because we were parked behind the person, well, kind of off to the side, but behind the person who was trying to pull her out. And when that piece came flying back, it snapped the antenna off of my husband's truck, and it hit the glass, and it sounded like a bullet going off. And so that's pretty much what happened, but it happened so fast. And I had never been so grateful for safety glass in all my life, because apparently had that thing come through the glass at the speed at which it was flying, and it would have hit me, it would have probably hit me right in the shoulder and broke my shoulder. I was just thanking God, because safety glass did its job. And we'll let the insurance companies deal with the rest of it, because the window's broken, and it's cracked, and it's a mess. But I was just really glad that we got my friend out, and that I was trying to think of every other reason that the glass would have broke. I couldn't figure it out until they came back and told me this is what had happened. But I didn't see it coming at us. It just happened so fast. So anyway, that's what happened. We're home, so I think I'm just going to chill out, and I'm going to call it an end to this day. This has probably been the most adventuresome, strange vlog ever. But I think tonight I'm going to have some chicken nuggets, which I just bought, and I have some snacks, and I got some orange juice, and well, okay, so it's not the greatest combination of foods, but things that I like. I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the night. Mike got a new salsa. It's pineapple habanero salsa. So I'm gonna let him try that, because nope, no habanero, nothing for me. Anyway. Are you waiting for me? Is you waiting? See, that's the nice thing about having a furry little friend. They're always so happy to see you when you get home. And I think she's trying to get me to go to the other room. But, oh, well, since it's in the picture, you might as well know. I'm a little bit obsessed with trains. That toy on the floor is actually mine, and it actually works. So hang on a second. Let's see if I can get it to go. Oh, it's off track. Let's get the track put back on. All right, so my husband's right. I'm a giant 4-year-old. Okay, so with all the craziness that's happening about the last 48 hours and the silliness, this is just life for me. This is what I do, and so I just like sharing with you. And so they say a YouTube video is supposed to give something to your audience, and I just share my life with you. And if it entertains you, that's great. If it annoys you, I'm sorry. Leave a comment below. I do things that annoy myself all the time, but this is just kind of my way of doing my own thing, and it's kind of a little hobby. I remember a time when I was just terrified to stand in front of a camera. I took a comms class, and I remember I kept having to do these speeches, and the instructor, my professor, would give you this subject, and you had to talk for 6 minutes, and you were only allowed 4 index cards for notes. And I remember I had to retake each 6 of those videos. They were homework assignments, and I remember like 3 of them I had to retake them like 4 times. A couple of the other ones each took more than 1 take, but the first couple of them, I remember I would get through it, and I was like nervous, and I'm trying to smile, and like you can tell when someone's painting on that fake smile, and I was trying real hard, and I ended up becoming physically ill as soon as my husband turned the camera off. I just was like, I got sick. I couldn't handle the stress of a camera. Now it doesn't bother me. It took me a long time to get over it, but I decided it's kind of fun, so I do this. And the other part of the reason that I have these videos is because someday my grandkids are going to go back and they're going to watch these, and it'll give them some perspective on what my life was like. I would love to know what my grandparents' life is like. And sadly, a week ago, I lost my last grandparent. I have Grandpa Steve. He's not biologically my grandpa, but my last biological grandparent passed away a week ago, and there was so much more I wanted to learn from her, but anyway, that's a story for another day. But this is just what I do, and I hope that it entertains you, and I do it more for me than I do for anything else. This isn't a money-making thing or how many subscribers can I get. So if you like it, share it, subscribe it. If you think it's funny, leave a comment. If you want to know anything about me, ask the question below. I'm pretty much an open book. There's very little about my life that I wouldn't share. But yeah, so I think I'm going to end this video here. I have no idea how long these clips have accumulated themselves into, and I try to keep my videos below 20 minutes. So love you guys. Have a good night. And for my future grandchildren, if you're watching this, try not to laugh too hard. All right, you're laughing. I can hear it. You're not even born yet, and I can hear it. Good night.